So many times patients walk into my office looking for not surgical but non-surgical treatments. And they come and tell me that, doctor, there's still time for surgery and we would want something which is non-surgical, which is not too invasive, which does not have a lot of downtime, but still has an impactful change in the appearance. So the discussion about non-surgical facial rejuvenation. I am Dr. Shilpi Bhadani. I'm a plastic and aesthetic surgeon working at SB Aesthetics, Gurugram, India. In this video, we discuss all the non-surgical options that you have that could transform the way you look. Now, when we come to non-surgical facial rejuvenation, what are the prominent options? Of course, there are so many things, so many devices available in the market. But what has stood the test of time? The number one thing in my list would be botulinum toxin. Now, botulinum toxin has been used widely for anti-wrinkle treatments. The most important areas of usage of botulinum toxin are for easing out the lines on your forehead, for easing out the lines around your brow, and for easing out the lines around your eyes, that is the crow's feet. So, of course, it's the gold standard treatment, even when we are considering surgical. Here, non-surgical rejuvenation also gives us a comparable result. So obviously, the forehead, when you are raising your eyebrows, you have these horizontal lines appearing, and over again when you do these expressions, so they become static lines. So what the botulinum toxin it does is that it kind of reduces the muscle action, and that is why these lines appear less or not at all, depending on how we treat them. When we are considering the lower face, now botulinum toxin is usually used a lot for the neck, but not so much for the lower face. Of course, it has specific indications depending on the condition that you present with. Now, the second most important treatment in the non-surgical category is fillers. Now, in my list, fillers come a little above threads, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because when we are considering, aging process, in the aging process, it's not only sag, but also the volume shift that we are seeing, the volume loss that we are seeing. So aging occurs at various levels. I've mentioned it in one of my earlier videos also, that the aging will occur at various levels. The bone, the subcutaneous tissue, the skin, the texture also changes with time, you must have noticed. So obviously, what fillers do is that they replace the volume at strategic places. We don't need to fill the whole face to make you look good, but strategic placement of fillers to give those, the highs that we want and the depressions that we want, the contour, for example, the high cheekbones and the contour underneath, then a prominent chin, a prominent jawline. So all these can be well created with the fillers. Now, number 3 in my list would be threads. What threads do is, of course, it has an anti-gravity effect and it pulls or replaces the volume where it belongs. When we age, the volume shifts down, and with threads, what we do is that we replace the volumes. Threads with fillers, with toxin is an amazing combination, and it works for different problems and it works differently. They also last differently. For example, if you're thinking about toxin, you may need to repeat the toxin in around 6 months, 5 to 6 months we say. Fillers generally a year's time. Threads again somewhere around 7 to 8 months we see that the effect starts decreasing, and for people who want to keep looking their very best, then they may need to repeat it earlier than those who want to have the effect gone a little and then come back for the second session. Of course, as I've already mentioned, these treatments, because they are non-surgical, they need to be repeated periodically and each will have its own timeline. Now, what are the other options apart from the toxin, fillers and threads that we talked about? The other options when we talk about aging, so skin texture has a lot of role to play. So people with very good skin may need these treatments a little later than those who have texture changes in the skin appearing a little early. So good treatments are microneedling, the growth factor treatment, microneedling, which is advanced microneedling that we do at our center. Then there is the growth factor concentrate injections. There is the Diamond Glow treatment, which again sucks out the impurities, infuses deeply nourishing serums. There's the Aquafacial, which is of course a very deep cleansing that you get. And of course, my favorite, which is laser toning. It gives you that instant glow that you're looking for. And of course, with every session that you do, it rebuilds your collagen with the heating that it has and gives you an everlasting glow after a few sessions. Or many patients, they come back to me looking for the treatment because they see that the change that it gives in the glow or in the texture that they have. So obviously, all these treatments that I'm talking about, they need to be repeated. Nothing will last forever. We know that because every day we are facing, every day we are a year older. Every day we are facing pollution, stress, our lifestyles. There's so many things that our skin suffers, which we are almost not aware of. So non-surgical facial rejuvenation, it definitely holds a very prominent place in my practice, and we treat a lot of patients non-surgically, and of course surgically we do. But we've made a lot of videos on surgical rejuvenations also. I thought that it would be a good opportunity to sum up the non-surgical treatments in one video for your benefit. If you have more questions regarding this, do type in the comment box below. I shall be very happy to answer them. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and thank you for all the love and the likes, the shares that you do for our videos. Thank you. I hope you like the video.